I was going to include this at the end of my 2024 vegan news video, but that thing is long enough, so I made this its own video. So a patron asked, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the overall trend of veganism and animal rights. It seemed like things were building in the late 2010s with lots of public attention on animal agriculture and climate change, new startups in the meat analog and cultured meat business, new vegan fashion companies, mainstream clothing business offering vegan products, celebrities going vegan, etc. It now seems like some of that has stalled or reversed. Where do you think all of this is going? So a lot of people are wondering about this. A lot of people are claiming that, veganism or plant-based products, it's just a fad, it's dead. And a lot of vegans, animal activists, plant-based producers have responded. There are some responses I really like and agree with. I think Louis Bollard's For Open Philanthropy is really good, but there are some others that are making this Gartner hype cycle hypothesis argument. Basically, that plant-based foods, particularly plant-based meat, were in the peak of inflated expectations phase back in, around 2020, and are now in the trough of disillusionment phase, but will soon rise again. That this is the common trajectory for new tech and should be applied to plant-based products as well. The problem is, this is just a hypothesis, an untested hypothesis. No peer-reviewed anything exists looking at this cycle and seeing if it's actually common. The only analysis that's been done is this one on LinkedIn by a Michael Mullaney, and he concludes that most tech does not seem to follow this cycle. After analyzing every Gartner hype cycle for emerging technology from 2000 to 2016, all 17 years of the post-dot-com era, I've come to believe that the median technology doesn't obey the hype cycle. We only think it does because when we recollect how technologies emerge, we're subject to cognitive biases that distort our recollection of the past, namely hindsight and survivorship bias. A lot of technologies die after the hype phase. Sometimes the hype is right, it's justified, but the market isn't ready yet. Sometimes there isn't any hype and technology advances under the radar. But I do agree that there was a hype phase, and I do think this is the big problem with basing veganism's popularity or future growth on what happened from 2019 to 2021. Much of that success was kind of fake. A couple companies, namely Beyond Meat and Impossible Foods, while making awesome products and absolutely advancing plant-based foods, were way overvalued, and they received a ton of money based on these ridiculous valuations. Inevitably, others saw dollar signs and rushed to get their plant-based products on the market or create new ones to put on the market, but without all of the time and money that Beyond and Impossible spent on R&D. So of course, a lot of the new vegan brands, the new vegan meats that showed up on shelves were shit. I'm not going to name names because that's just mean, but we know. I'm sure you can think of at least one. So today, what do we see? We do have a few new brands like Notco. Notco has been really smart partnering with Oscar Mayer, Kraft, but mostly it's Beyond, Impossible, Gardein, Corn, Morningstar Farms, Field Roast, Boca, somehow, who buys Boca? Tofurkey. Point is, it's the brands that were around before the hype. Those are the ones still at stores. Those are the ones with brand recognition and with the experience to make good products and improve their products. So I think a much more accurate way to look at growth is to compare today to 10 years ago. So not 2020, but 2015. Did we have major brands like Oscar Mayer and Kraft partnering with vegan companies? Did we have vegan nuggets with Disney on the packaging? Did we have vegan Hershey's, vegan Breyers, a vegan Whopper? Did we have vegan nuggets served in schools? Did we have plant-based as the default in hospitals? Did we have vegan meats reaching price parity with animal meats? Did we have a vegan grilled cheese restaurant? Not a grilled cheese restaurant that has vegan options, but an all-vegan grilled cheese restaurant. Did we have multiple universities researching plant-based protein? Did we have multiple governments investing in plant protein and cultivated meat? 10 years ago, could you imagine a vegan gluten-free brand being acquired by Pepsi for $1.2 billion. So much has changed, so much innovation is happening, and not just with the finished products that we see in store. Raw ingredients too, like pea protein, compounds that could drastically improve the texture of plant-based products. Given all of that and all of the positive headlines I mentioned in my news video, it's unsurprising that every report I've seen predicts growth in the plant-based market over the next 5 to 10 years. And look, there are established companies like Juicy Marbles that did not give in to the hype. They didn't make crazy claims or valuations and seek ridiculous investments. Instead, they did what Beyond and Impossible did and are still doing. They worked to make a great product and continue to try to make it even greater, something that actually rivals meat. Factory farmed meat won't get any better. Alternative proteins can only get better. So much of this work is being done behind the scenes. Who knows what amazing vegan meat is being developed right now? Who knows what revolutionary process for making vegan cheese actually stretchy is right around the corner? Finally, we have to remember that phasing out animal agriculture is not just about animal welfare and the environment. Antibiotic resistance, zoonotic diseases, water pollution, air pollution, soil erosion. Phasing out animal ag is crucial for humanity. The smartest people in the world realize this. They are researching solutions and encouraging us all to eat more plants. So that's my response to, the vegan hype train going off the rails or whatever, specifically focusing on plant-based products. But obviously we have a lot of wins for animals as well. Again, check out my news video. Obviously, I'm very biased. I really, 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 really want plant-based products to be successful. But I think it's really, 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 really hard to look at the totality of the evidence and not be positive about the future of veganism and plant-based eating. That said, I don't know. I feel like I need to talk about investment. Would I invest in any of these plant-based companies? Hell no. Just like I wouldn't invest in solar panels or electric cars. Even though those are valuable industries as well, I am not a risk taker, especially when it comes to money. While I can pretty confidently say that the plant-based industry will succeed and will overtake animal ag eventually, I cannot say what companies will actually be successful in the long run. Again, some new meat could come out in just the next few years that's infinitely better than Beyond, and no one eats Beyond anymore. I just wanted to make that clear. I'm very positive about the industry on the whole. I am very skeptical when it comes to individual companies and their success. And the same for cultivated lab-grown products. There are so many different startups. Who knows who's going to be successful? Thank you so much, everybody. Really hope you enjoyed it. Please do like and subscribe and comment if you got something to say, if you disagree with me wholeheartedly. Thank you so much to my supporters here on YouTube and on Patreon, patreon.com/unnaturalvegan. I do post 2 exclusive videos a month for tier 2 members and patrons. I do a vlog and a controversial topic, something controversial that I want to talk about that doesn't really have anything to do with veganism or sustainability. Thanks again, guys. New video soon.